Hey folks, how are we all doing? This is video number 1 for tonight. This is just a quick response to Jay's video, Dig HSX. I just thought I'd just chuck my opinions in there, sort of thing. I love the way, I just love watching Jay's videos. He's such a funny man to watch, dude. Did think it was quite funny hearing an American talking about weather so much. I thought that was an Englishman's trait. You sure you're not an Englishman in disguise? People over here are obsessed with weather, or should I say obsessed with moaning with weather. We're what, halfway through November now, and we're down to what, probably about 4 or 5 degrees at some point outside, and people are shivering, their teeth are nattering, moaning about how cold it is. Can you believe it's this cold? Well, yeah, of course I can. It's the middle of frickin' middle of November, for God's sake. I'm eating mince pies already. Come on, it's supposed to be freezing. This time last year we'd had several frosts. But anyway, not going to talk about weather. I do agree with you about going into space as well. That'd be one of the things I'd absolutely love to do. Can you smoke a pipe in space? That'd be the main reason for going there, to be honest. But no, back to the question which Jay posed, which is what did you want to be, or what do you want to do when you grow up? When I was a kid, I was always into sort of like science and engineering and computers. My dad kind of knew that computers would be a big thing, and he bought me my first computer when I was probably 4 years old. An Acorn Electron, an old black and white TV to plug it into. I used to sit and play Frogger. I moved on after that. I got myself a Commodore 64 and started learning very basic to be honest. Very simple programs. I built an address book and a recipe book from my mum and things like that. Not that anyone ever used them. Then as I got older and I went to school, I used to get picked on a lot because I was into sad nerd, to be honest. So I kind of stuck with computers. Science still interests me to this day. At school, I discovered that if you just kind of like stay out of the way, don't put your hand up, don't answer questions, people tend to leave you alone, and that still works to this day, to be honest. Just stay out of people's way and they leave you alone. But I've always had a love for computers. I mean, I went to college and did computer programming, web design, maintenance, database work, the full shebang. Didn't finish college, mind you, because my bus fare was £2 a day to be able to get a pack of 12 Royals for £2. So, you know, I used to spend all my college bus fare money on a pack of fags, and a mate of mine was a bit of a bum, so I used to go sit and play computer games at his office every day. I've done all sorts. I wanted to be a sparky, so I'm a qualified electrician, but never followed that up. But to be honest, the job I do now is pretty much my ideal job. It's what I want to be when I grow up. I'm a tobacconist manager. I like to push it one further, own my own tobacconist, or my own tobacco company, or my own cigar company. But no, what I do now is my dream job. I can't envision me doing anything else. I do long hours, I work 60-hour weeks, I bring work home with me. I must admit, a lot of the time the work I bring home with me is things like, what does this tobacco taste like? How do these cigars smoke? But no, it literally is my dream job. I wake up every morning, happy to go to work, usually late, I will add. Those of you who work with me know. But no, it is my dream job. I can't imagine doing anything else. I'm obsessed. Hence why I'm here on YouTube talking to you guys a lot. I spent the last 18 months writing over 200 articles on my blog. I obviously run the website of the shop, I run the pipe club, I'm trying to start up a smoking festival. It's the tobacco industry is my life, to be honest, and I love it. I think it winds Kim up, bless her, but what are you going to do? It's my passion. So yeah, that's in response to your question, Jay. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a scientist, an engineer, or a computer engineer, programmer, something like that, but kind of got out of that a little bit now, and now I work in the tobacco trade, and it's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. The ironic thing is, when I first went to work at the shop, I was I've been unemployed for a while, and I could barely afford to smoke. I used to just be a cigarettes and roll-up smoker back then. Barely afford to smoke, so I was thinking to myself, I'll get a new job, I'll quit smoking, get out of the habit of going for a fag after my lunch and having a smoke before I start work with a cup of tea and things like that. And I went to the local job centre and they were like, yeah, you should just to try applying at this place, a place called Gauntlers. It's kind of an upmarket newsagents and off license, so they sold it to me, and I went there. God, what would it have been? Within an hour on my first day, I'd already bought a pipe, which I believe I still have kicking about somewhere. Must be in one of my other pipe racks downstairs. But I bought my first pipe. I bought 25 grams of Peter Stockaby's Peaches and Cream, and I fell in love with it. It took me a while to get into cigars, but no. Working in that place has introduced me to so many different things. It's introduced me to so many customers. I've learned so much just from speaking to people, a lot like us guys on YouTube sort of thing, through talking to people, experimentation and things like that. And now I'm a tobacco blender and spend way too much of my money buying raw blended ingredients. I'm probably looking at about 3-4 kilos worth of tobacco here, and on top of that I also have a table counter full of tins. I've got a pigeonhole here full of more tins, and I have tobacco coming out of my ear holes basically. Jars of neat burley, and whoops, whole jars of 3/4 jars of coarse cut lactic here. But no, it's what I now don't envisage myself doing anything else other than that. I've probably worked like, I've probably had about 20 jobs. I've only been working for 12-13 years. I've had about 20 jobs. I've done absolutely everything, from being a baker to being a night worker in supermarkets. I've been a web designer, graphic designer, editor of a music magazine, and out of all the sort of jobs and skills and courses and things I've done over the years, I don't want to do anything but what I do now. So yeah, that's just my response to Jay's question. I will be coming back. I'm just going to edit this video and get it going, and I'll be back in a moment to review Astor filter. I mentioned in a video I did a Corellia cigarette review quite a while ago. I believe, I need to go back and double check this, that I referred to the gentleman who gave them to me as a Spaniard. Ever so sorry about that, matey. He's Greek. I don't know how I made that mistake, but he came in today. Forest, the local football team, are playing. He makes a long journey to see these guys play, to be honest. Stays with some friends over in West Bridgeford. Every time he comes in, he's always got a bit of something for us guys in the shop. So yeah, this is some Astor filter. I'll be back with a review in a moment. They were made by a German company, but yeah, I'll tell you more about those in a moment. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, take care, and I'll catch up with you very, very, very soon.